Hey, it's Drew Neiser, and we're here with three CMOs for a Tuesday tip. And the subject is how to generate demand in a downturn. It's very challenging right now, unless you're essential business. So we're going to start with Dan Lowden, CMO of White Ops. Dan, one tip for driving demand in a downturn.
You bet. I think one of the key things for us is to keep publishing research and findings of attacks that we're seeing every day, because more attacks are happening as people are online and working from home. So the bad actors are looking for ways to do fraud, looking for ways to break into accounts and take over accounts and things like that. So to publish content and say, this is what's going on out there, these are the ways you can protect yourself, and have that educational component of it really kind of informs our customers and our prospects. And that's really helped kind of break through the noise out there to say, look, you need to be aware this is going on and you need to do something about it.
Okay, so the key there that I heard, because we all know content is important, but the key is that the content is really topical and it's newsworthy in the sense that you've done additional research that made it real. Okay, Simon Schaffer, CMO at Case Paper. What's your tip for driving demand in a downturn?
I would probably say don't forget about the empathy element to what you do. So not everything has to be about selling. And I think a lot of the people we're talking to today have a lot on their minds. So if you can find a moment to take them out of that and bring some levity, humor, happiness to their day, and connect with them emotionally, it's a good thing, and you can build on that.
So I love the tone, and it certainly it feels very human. How are you delivering that humor, Simon? In what ways would you recommend that people discover that humor?
Well, you got to know your customers, right? So what are they dealing with right now? And some of it doesn't matter what market they're in. They're dealing with similar things, whether it's working from home or kids jumping on their backs during a phone call. We're all dealing with something. So bringing that into your conversations and especially with potential customers is something that connects you with them at a human level, at a person level, and it builds that bridge to then have further conversations.
So we are not going to replicate the scenes from used cars where we say, so can we write it up? No, this is about building bridges and connections with people. Okay, so then we have Mike Brannan, CMO at Centric Consulting. Mike, what's your tip for driving demand in a downturn?
Thanks, Drew. As a professional services firm, we've really taken a look at our standard offerings and adjusted them appropriately to be much more timely. So, for example, cost savings is a big topic nowadays, we do a lot of work enabling the remote workforce. And so we've taken our standard offerings and adapted them to the current situation. I'd also like to echo what someone else said about empathy too. That's very important. Then you wrap it all in a bundle of flexibility, which for us is largely about the right contract duration or the right cost or the right project timeline or team ramp up.
Interesting. Okay, so there you have it. We have 3 tips for you. 1, you're going to do content, but try to make sure it's original content, timely and topical. That's why it helps to have your own research. 2, don't forget about the fact that everybody's going through some craziness right now on a personal and professional level. So keep your communications human, to borrow the language from White Ops and Dan Lowden. And 3, think about your product or service in terms of packaging it into, perhaps you need to find a freemium or a faster deliverable that your customers can get started with right away. All right, there you have it. Tuesday tips from Simon Schaffer, Mike Brannan, and Dan Lowden. Thanks, gentlemen.